Welcome to Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston. Now, today we're going to talk about people and innovation. And we're going to talk about how people, all of our talent, can become a catalyst for innovation to progress what happens in their job and in their company. Just a few thoughts. First of all, progress and innovation are two concepts inexorably linked. With no innovation, we can't get better as people or as companies or as teams or anything. Innovation is new ideas. And I want to be clear, this is not just about big, grand ideas and not just about product innovation. Innovation that moves a company or a society or Boston College is lots of small ideas combined with a few big ideas now and then. But organizations that are innovative, that have ideas, that move forward faster are going to win. Nobody can stand still in today's world. The other thing I want to mention is there's a lot of things about innovation that matter. You need capital, you need processes, you need technology. But I'm convinced, being somewhat of an expert, that the heart of innovation are people. People drive innovation. It's the place to start, it's the place to give it energy, and it's where it matters. And then the rest can all come into play. Everybody is a knowledge professional, and by that I mean this. We all make our living based on what we know. No one here is making their living based on the strength of their backs. Everybody bases it on what we know. And so ideas are our lifeblood. The more we know, the more effective we will be. And none of us are going to get much further in life based on what we know today. We have to learn more every day. And Walmart has to collectively become a smarter organization every day for progress. So a simple diagnostic, just to make this practical, is we can think about our idea hunting behavior. Right? We can think about sources for ideas. Where do we get our ideas? Is your tuner set? How much time do you hunt for ideas? What are your sources for ideas? What is your idea attitude? Sometimes when some people are confronted with a new idea, it's like, oh, a new idea, I don't want to deal with it. Or, wow, that's really interesting. Maybe I can twist it or change it or use it and be successful and combine it with other ideas. More on that later. So think about our sources for ideas. Let me make this real practical. A person I wrote this book with, The Idea Hunter, I'll refer to that in a few minutes. Bill Fisher is a friend of mine. I've been working with him for 30 years. He was my PhD dissertation professor at UNC Chapel Hill, where I got my degrees. I'm a BC alum, undergraduate, UNC Chapel Hill, graduate school. But Bill and I would travel all over the world. And does everybody here know people who are smarter than them? And when they always know things you don't know and they're smarter and they tell you things, that's Bill Fisher to me. Bill's smarter than I am, and he always used to know more. And one time we're traveling on a plane. It's after a long day. I was exhausted. And he's telling me about this that he read about Walmart or this company or this company. And finally I said, how do you know that? And he pulled out a big stack of paper in front of me and he said this. I said, what's that? And this goes back 20 years. But he said, every morning I wake up and I have about 15 websites I go to. And I scan them rapidly. If I see anything of interest, I just hit click, print. I print it, I put it in my briefcase, and he brings it on the plane. And then he scans it and reads it. So he has a systematic way every day in which he's scanning the web, printing, bringing stuff with him. And I said, okay, how do I use the web? Well, at the time I said, well, I kind of wake up in the morning. I might go to the financial news, see how I'm doing. And then I go to ESPN.com and I never get off ESPN.com. I'm buried in box scores. I'm reading about trades. I'm reading about this week, the NFL Combine. I am immersed in sports. Now, I've moved away from that. The point is, simple example. We each had the same source, but he was using it effectively to hunt for ideas. I was not. That goes with how the people we talk to, the diverse range of people, all sorts of issues. So sources are key to think about. And maybe write it down. How narrow is your idea web? How much diversity does it have? How do you use the web? Who do you talk to? If it's narrow with no diversity and so forth, you're not going to get many new ideas. So becoming a great idea hunter, right? Let's build an army of idea hunters. If we have an army of people in Walmart or organization X, Y, or Z, or any team, we're going to unlock innovation. Here's a summary of some things I've said. You set your tuner. What is your focus today, each day? Know what you're trying to solve. All of a sudden, those radio waves, those ideas, you'll be tuned into them. Idea hunters are curious and very, very interested. The hunt is 24/7. It's not just when we meet, when we do this. Have that tuner. It's like an operating system operating in the back of your mind, a computer operating system. Just have it working there. And I guarantee you will end your day like I do, with pieces of paper stuffed in my pockets or emails I send to myself just on this idea or that idea. And people that are in this army with me, we're exchanging ideas because that operating system is set and our tuners are set and we're locked in on what we have to do. Borrow and reuse ideas with pride. Originality is overrated. Just get ideas that advance what you're trying to do and move on. Look at weird places. Look at different places. Who's your Eskimo? Amundsen had his Eskimos. Who are you? Where are you really getting some ideas that are going to propel you forward? The strength of weak ties is a great concept. Do a Google on it. Its point is the most interesting ideas come from weak tie networks, not strong ties. I alluded that to earlier. It just means get out there in different groups and different social networks than you're usually in to find interesting ideas. What's your culture for innovation? Do you have T-shaped or I-shaped talent? And what's your attitude towards failure? And is it part of, are we good at experimentation? Do we think about it? If there's an argument, let's not try to use hierarchy and all the means to solve it. It might be a source for a great experiment. Experimentation is huge. It's a whole separate discussion we can have. And teams really matter. You know, it's individual and then it's teams. Everything else is going to be automated. I mean, that's the way the world's going. And people and how teams work and exchange ideas and the flow of ideas and experimentation and prototyping is essential. I make the point, again, another discussion, but it's all key to idea hunting. Great idea hunters, they purposely increase the probability every day of colliding with a great idea. So they wake up and they, in the back of their mind, they're going to read some things, they're going to scan some things, they're going to talk to some people, they're going to use the internet, whatever. They're going to try to find and collide with a great idea every day. An idea that's great because it helps them move their organization forward, whatever their job is. This is liberating because it's about behavior. Anybody can do it. Anybody can be energized by it. And it's absolutely the way it can work. Again, behavior trumps IQ. Sometimes the smartest people in the world, they fight and resist getting new ideas. So behavior trumps IQ. It's about what we do, and we want to collide with great ideas every day. Thank you very much for listening. Be an idea hunter, and good luck. Thank you very much.